2 rounds of narrated rolling starting from Octopus Half Guard. My training partner is Robin, very technical blue belt. Robin has a common reaction to go for a crossface. The crossface is used to start spreading me out. However, by itself, the crossface is not a problem as long as you stay belly down. I grip my left arm over Robin's top knee to keep his knee pinned to the floor. This grip helps me rotating belly down, defend the crossface and also defends against a potential backstep. Robin manages to turn his hip in and stretch his leg, breaking the grip. You see me right away go with my left hand back to keep track of the knee and my right foot steps over Robin's leg to keep defending the backstep. It also prevents him from pulling the leg completely out. Notice how I bring my left elbow towards the hip and bring my head and left shoulder up to prevent his hip rotation. I lose the leg and I try to use it as a setup for the mermaid guard. I missed the mermaid, but it forced Robin to return and I also defended the backstep. Notice how I brought my left leg now over Robin's trapped leg and I'm going to start slowly to bring up my hip over the leg. My goal here is to get to turtle with both of Robin's legs trapped between my arms and legs. It's very important to keep Robin's trapped knee pointed to the floor. I do this with a combination of my right hand grip and my left hip downward rotation. I upgraded my leg weave to keep Robin's leg more trapped. Robin's knee slide allowed me to use his leg as a lever to bring out my bottom leg. Also notice how my bottom hand went from the knee towards my own arm to reinforce my weak top arm grip on his leg. Robin defends another mermaid attempt by bringing his weight over me. He uses to threaten a sweep over my left shoulder. Robin now shifts his weight away from me. This defends a sweep but allows me to trap his leg more properly and now I can start coming more on top. My grips are now ideal and I can start to bring my hip over his trapped leg. Robin now correctly starts to rotate his right hip in to keep his weight on top of me and I track by going more underneath him and my rotation threatens a sweep over my left side. Robin does a great job of breaking my grip and I go to the next best thing. Another shift of his weight allows me now to transition to turtle with both of his legs strapped. It looks like I exposed my back, but as long as I keep Robin's legs strapped, he can never transition to my back. The crossface and rear naked choke are defended by keeping my chin and left shoulder very tight together. Robin leaves too much space with his right hip and I manage to bring my left arm out, allowing me to get a stable top position. For round 2, we switch function. I eventually managed to sweep Robin because he constantly had to switch his hip rotation to compensate for my unbalancing. As you notice, I stick to one hip rotation and try to keep myself stable. I don't defend with rotations, I defend with weight distribution, meanwhile adding more pressure. If I would now go for a crossface, I would have to rotate my right shoulder in and this would allow Robin to crawl deeper on the right side. So instead, I managed to stay on top by rotating my left hip in, keeping my weight slightly forward and adding pressure, denying Robin a proper grip on my foot. Don't get me wrong, top here is a bad position to be in, and the odds are definitely in bottom's favor. Notice how Robin stays in a very tight ball, keeping his head and shoulders very close to my hip. This allows him to rotate his hip over my hip, and now I'm forced to use my left hand as a post. A hand that is posted cannot be used to effectively attack. Robin stays very tight and attempts to rotate his left hip over my top hip to come on top. His stretching of his leg allows him to bring a bit of more weight and I compensate by now rotating my right hip a bit more in. Robin now gets a grip with his left hand over my foot, allowing me to use it as a lever. I have to compensate for the pull on my leg and this allows Robin to bring his hip over and come on top. He did a great job and his sweep was way cleaner than mine.